All right, welcome back to Blitz Week. Today, as you can see, Gopuff. I'm sitting outside the Gopuff warehouse here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, listen, if you're gonna do Gopuff, you have to remember that yes, there's a delivery radius. It's like 15 or 20 minutes. It might vary based on your marketplace, but I know 15 or 20 minutes from that warehouse, that's gonna be my assignments. Usually like 15 minutes or so. Now, secondly, I'm gonna get bin requests, 1 through 3. I want more. I want 3 and 2 bins versus 1 bin. So I'm gonna go in there, there's corresponding bins, like you have bin 1 and 3. So I go in there, there's a bag, hopefully not a 24 pack of water, 24 pack of water. Sometimes there's that, and you just deliver. And that's the only thing. Comparing it to kind of like Walmart Spark and to a degree Amazon Flex, they're one of the few that have centrally based warehouses. As you may or may not know, I have to come back here every single time to get my 1 through 3 bins. So that is in essence doubling the miles versus what we call ping-ponging orders. So I'm finishing in a power strip, areas that are busy with restaurants, customer orders, whatever, that I don't have to have a lot of commuting miles. On centrally based warehouses, like Gopuff, you have to have those commuting miles always back to these wonderful warehouses. Then on top of that, there's really not any bonus pay. There's like grouped delivery batch incentives, like you do a certain amount of deliveries, but I wish there was more per delivery bonuses. I'm guessing they're not busy enough. So cross your fingers, it's 5 p.m. right now. I don't think I'm gonna make a ton of money, but let's find out. Do you wanna hear what happened on this trip? 2 different drop-offs, and then afterwards the pay, if the customer tipped or not. So 2 pickups, 1 component on the one, and 4 components on the other. Awesome. So I click on, within the app, the 4 components, and it'll tell you the components. And let me just ask you this, if you're making a delivery, okay, of all the things that you could deliver, convenience items, what do you think is your least favorite thing to deliver? Think about that. Comment down below, because I had 4 of them, possibly. My components were 4 24 packs of water. Wonderful. And then a nice juxtaposition, the other one was a nice, fluffy, light toilet paper pack. Now, here's the kicker. When I get there, I knew that location and I knew the parking scenario when I got there. There was no good place to park right in front of the apartment. It's a one-way each direction. There's no way to park. There's a high curb, no way to park. So don't do that, okay? Some areas you can kind of get away with stuff, but there, if that like high curb, you're gonna impede traffic, basically, don't park there. So I'm like, okay, yeah, there's a side street, I can park up the side street. So I go up the side street, and still, there's not a good place to park. So I just go up the side street just a little bit, up the hill, and there's an empty lot, and I park there. Now, I have to carry 2 24 packs of water. I did the front of me carry style first, and then I did on the shoulder, which each of them on my shoulders, down this hill a little bit, I don't know, 30 yards, and another 15 yards to the front of the apartment. 2 trips, 24 packs of water. So immediately, if you have any mobility issues, or if you can only carry 1 at a time, that's 4 trips carrying a pack of water downhill to the customer's location. Now the pay for that, consider this. How much should you get paid to have to deliver 4 packs of 24 count water? And I understand like it's the delivery in general. Well, no, there should be extra effort pay, right? Some of these apps do pay more for extra effort. So for 2 drops, that took probably 45 minutes or so. Yeah, I mean, it's 6:16 p.m. right now. I got the request, but then, you know, driving down there with traffic, finding that parking, loading it, or whatever. 2 drops, $8.96. And the funny thing is, let's take a look here, that those customers did, in fact, leave a tip. So it was a $1.99 tip on the one, it was a $1.23 tip on the other. But I mean, gee, the traffic, the miles were decent, but then I have to drive back here because remember, centrally based warehouse, and then an abysmal, like $2.50 basically base pay. It used to be higher. here in Pittsburgh on Gopuff. The base pay, it's variable now, they say. So with that basically awful low base pay, with a tip, I still got just under $9 for 2 drops. But this shift is meant to help you understand what it's like driving on these different side hustle apps, and today is Gopuff Day. All right, I got something. I'll take it. $7.72, 3 deliveries, 36 minutes, 8.2 miles. Now that is before tips. So what, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If everyone tips $2, $13, let's say, for 36 minutes. It still doesn't make sense because of miles, and that's if they tip the $2, hopefully more. All right, so I'm all done, and I got a question for you. Should I be brutally honest in my verdict today, or do you want to hear like a little bit of fluff? What do you think? A little bit of fluff, like, you know, pump it up a little bit, or brutally honest? I thought so. My honest take after doing this Gopuff shift today and remembering back to recent Gopuff shifts is I can't understand why someone would want to drive for Gopuff. In that grouping of my bottom third of side hustle apps for you, it's like Walmart, Spark, and I mean, there's some shopping apps, Shipt and Instacart, that's kind of around there, and then Gopuff. I think out of that grouping, Gopuff is the worst. Look at these metrics, $33.34 for 5 deliveries. Let's make sense of that first. Your average should be $6 to $7, ideally with some bonus pay on any gig. You know, some bonus pay. I want you to hit like $10 per drop off. This is $33 for 5 drops, and it was 2.57 hours as measured by Gopuff. I mean, the tips in proportion to the base pay are fine, but it's that base pay. It's the base pay. Okay, here it is. Here's the verdicts, right? It's the base pay that is lower than 2022, at least here in Pittsburgh. It's like $250. Variable base pay, whatever. It's still lower. Combined with having a centrally based warehouse. That's why I think that Spark still beats out Gopuff, Walmart Spark, because at least they have some kind of bonus pay. And if they don't have bonus pay, I feel like their flat base pay, it is at least a lot higher and fairer than Gopuff. Now, consequently, on Spark, you're going to have maybe longer runs. Now, that's up to you, okay? Accept smart runs there. Don't go 20 minutes, ideally 25 minutes away, because you have to come back to a Walmart or Sam's there. But even on this, with traffic, with runs that are maybe 15, 18 minutes away, with an abysmal base pay, and then sure, some customer tips, it doesn't make sense for these metrics. I don't know why, of all the options, there's food delivery, there's parcel, there's grocery, there's ride share, and then there's this, you know, it falls in the whatever, convenience delivery, whatever you want to call it. Of all the side hustles, why would you choose Gopuff? Understandably, yeah, it's my experience in my marketplace, but I've done a good handful of shifts and the pay's gone down. I mean, there's other drivers there. I don't think it's super busy compared to other apps. And again, everything that I just mentioned. If you're crushing it with Gopuff, let me know. If you're doing $25 an hour, that's our channel goal. If you're doing 25 with $2+ a mile, let me know. Otherwise, Gopuff, in my opinion, for now, you get the award for the worst side hustle, one of the worst, okay, in 2023.